Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Melody, Andrew, thank you for joining me today on Press Day for Circuit Breakers, premiering on Apple TV Plus November 11th. Exciting times. We've been waiting for this show to premiere, and it's finally almost here. What are you hoping you get out of this when the viewers tune in for the first time? I love how it's like every episode is different mystery, different story.
Exactly that. You said it. We hope that each episode they tune in expecting something different and excited about what they're going to see because it's an anthology. We have a different character, lead each week that has a new journey, a new problem or predicament they're dealing with, and a resolution by the end of the story. And as you said, some of them are mysterious, creepy, funny, adventurous, and we're hoping that people look forward to watching the next one.
How did you come up with the idea for this show?
I was a big fan of The Twilight Zone when I was a kid. I would watch that in reruns, and then I watched The Outer Limits, and I love anthologies because you get a little mini movie each episode. And I thought there is a place for a show like this that's Twilight Zone for kids that, kids and families could watch together. I was enthusiastic about writing that type of a show, and I thought people would share my enthusiasm for watching it.
Andrew, are you a fan of sci-fi? How were you attracted to this project and you wanted to get your hands on right away to work with this?
Yeah, I was a fan as a viewer. Like I love Black Mirror and Twilight Zone, but I never had the chance to really work in it. So I think the thing that made me immediately attracted, in addition to the science fiction part, was the idea of doing an anthology series where I've spent years, doing shows where you just have the same characters year after year. So the idea of being able to tell 14 different movies, essentially, and some being comedic, but also getting to try my hand at also doing some spooky, some mysteries, some adventure, was really exciting for me. That's what was really attracted to me.
That's great. This question now is for both of you each. Like, how did you approach to create each episode?
Well, we always wanted the episodes to be kid-relatable and have themes that would be universal. So we looked at what do kids want at that age? When I did the pilot, I thought, what do kids want when they're in 7th, 8th grade? A lot of them play sports. That's where I came up with the idea that a kid who wants to play sports is not that good at it, and they're not willing to give up, so they're going to go find a solution in technology. So that was one approach, was finding the core of the relatable story. And the other approach was, what's going to be cool to watch? Like, what technology would a 12-year-old love to have in his hands? When I was 12, I would have liked to have had that universal remote control that controls my parents, that I could then rewind them or mute them at will.
Or clone, so I didn't have to do homework.
That's right. How did you both go about casting the perfect perfect cast for each episode? What did you look for?
Well, it depended. We tried, we had casting in both Toronto, Los Angeles, and Vancouver. We tried to do a cross-section of diversity and inclusion. So that was very important to us. So we looked for that, and,
tonally. I mean, a lot of it has to do with tone, I think. It's like, we had to, in a more comedic episode, we had to find that right young actor who had the comic timing. And we have a beautiful episode called Picture Perfect about a young girl whose parents have divorced, and she's having a hard time with it. And the young actress, Vita, she's just so genuine and authentic.
Right. And we were really asking her to do some real emotional scenes. So,
last question for both of you. Favorite episode that you're looking forward to for the viewers to tune in to see?
Well, for me, it was the one you were just talking about, which was Picture Perfect. I love the episode where the parents are getting divorced and they get to relive things through the memory. I just thought it was so wonderfully shot and beautifully written.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how people react to Entangled. This is the episode that actually Andrew wrote that has a principal and a kind of a goofball student who swap bodies. And it's got a lot of humor to it, as the premise, suggests. But also, you're going to find that these two characters really connect in kind of an interesting and heartfelt way in the end. And so I think it's a really nice mixture of comedy and stakes and heart.
I want to thank you both for giving a few minutes today on Press Day. This is great. I can't wait for you to check it out on Apple TV Plus November 11th. Thank you.
Thank you.